Alright, so another day in the SSF hardcore life. We're picking it back up. We are level 17, almost level 18, just over the halfway mark here. If you didn't see it yesterday, we did complete the Deepwater Harpoon quest, if you can call it that. It seems like it's in a pretty bugged state right now. And we managed to max out our two-hand slashing and one-hand blunt skills, so we're all good on skill ups. For the time being, we're switching back to the Shining Star of Light, because right now with the damage cap, it's questionable whether or not the Deepwater Harpoon is actually better DPS. I think on pure ratio, the Deepwater Harpoon, even when it's performing right now as a 1440, might be better than the Shining Star. However, when we factor in bash damage and shield AC benefits and stuff, it becomes a much closer race. Let's see how angry the MR group gets if I attack this ghoul. We're in a weird spot where it's hard to get in here as a solo person inside the house, but at the same time, the yard trash really isn't doing it anymore. Our next few levels are going to unlock a lot of really good spells for us, so that'll increase our power a lot. Hey, we'll see what we can do. This will probably be a shorter stream than usual, unfortunately. We're only going to be on for probably like 2 hours. But yeah, so level 18, 19, and 20, I get a lot of good spells. And then also at level 20, the damage cap is lifted. So that'll be a huge power spike. So right now we're going to be hitting a really good power curve. But until we hit 20, basically we're kind of relatively underpowered. I mean, I'm still able to solo yellows, so right, like how bad is it? But literally landed a fresh root proc at 1%. I think like Skeleton Brewer pops over there. This guy's trucking. Doubling me for 27. It's a little bit scary fighting in the house against schools, because like repops or bad train or something could really spell the end of this. Even lay on hands isn't going to help too much if I'm rooted. It looks like we have this no problem. I wanted to stop and heal just in case, you know, in a few minutes another one pops and jumps on us. You don't want to be too low. It's always less efficient to try to heal while you're getting hit by 2 mobs. I don't think there's any chance we can kill this. He's red, level 22, 5 levels higher than us. I don't know, man. Maybe we could do it. Oh, shield of fire. We gotta block that. Yeah, if these guys are gonna heal us, we gotta leave. Hey, good morning, Warren. We got the harpoon. We used it last night for a bit just to get our two-hand slashing skill up. Right there, we got it all maxed out. But for right now, it's not better DPS than one-handing because of the damage cap. Once we hit 20, though, we're going to be flying. I'll still pick up some other weapons just so we have options like the PGT and the Null Slayer, but I think once we hit 20, we might be using this Deepwater Harpoon all the way until we get a Ghoulbane. $18.40 is a pretty nice ratio for Classic. Hey, thanks. Yeah, we're kind of in a weird spot right now where like the Yard Trash and Unrest is not really great EXP for us anymore. There's a lot of grays and greens even, which I just pretty much avoid. But going in the house is still pretty tough because usually the house is just occupied by big groups that can pull everything. And there's kind of a decent level spread inside the house, so you might walk around a corner and get a yellow, or it might be a blue, or in some cases even a red. Not the best place to get rooted, but whatever. I think we'll be okay. So we were going toe-to-toe with a Redcon Drybone Skeleton, 5 levels higher than us a minute ago. We probably would have lost, but if we had full mana and we popped Lay on Hands, it looked sort of doable. Just a good idea, you know, for where our power scaling is at right now. Hey, good morning. I have 2 small corgis that are early risers. They always wake me up at like 6 in the morning, no matter how late I stay up playing EQ or doing other things. In the next couple days, we'll probably try to go to the Gorge of King Zorb and kill Yimp the Infernal. See if I can get a Minotaur Ribcage. It's a BP slot, 16 AC, 5 strength, 5 stamina. So small improvement on AC, some nice stats though. And he's only like a level 17 mob. I would say I am, but like my best undead nuke right now only does 12 damage because it got nerfed a couple years ago. And a lot of the stuff you fight in Befallen at my level range is actually not undead, it's like those necromancers in the bottom. And really it's just a matter of one fear that would result in a death. Yeah, it used to do like 40 to 60 damage. My only guess is that when they changed the level ranges on things, like they smoothed out the leveling for spell levels, they put that at like the lower range for cleric, and they felt that the damage it was doing was too powerful relative to that level. Yeah, it would have been really good. And our next nuke is until 30. Man, these guys are pushing me back a lot. I really want that beetle to not add. There we go. There's the ghoul root. Hey, Beast, I don't really have a strict plan I'm following. Just kind of making it up as we go along. Every day I kind of try to explore some new ideas and see if there's like new targets in reach, especially for gear. Huge part of SSF for me so far, a huge part of being successful has been like in my off time mapping out gear that I want to get and looking at like the earliest levels I can snag new pieces. This morning I woke up, you guys probably remember Last night we wrapped up with about 100 platinum. Now we're poor again. I blew 100 plat and I only gained like 12 skill ups in blacksmithing. So it's gonna be a long road to find plate. Dude, how am I losing right now? Yeah, I spent a lot of time digging for stuff on P99 Wiki. I also use EQ Items, EQitems.com, and I'll just troll through like quest lists on Ala and stuff. I'll usually go by zone, like I'll go, okay, like what's in Felwith that might appeal to my class. But then a lot of it, I just am able to remember, like, okay, I remember there being like some weird quests here from back in the day. This would definitely be far more difficult without quests. We did this, we did the shielded knife, which is in my bank right now. We got these via quest. And of course we got our soon-to-be main hand weapon, Deepwater Harpoon, via quest. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, if you haven't used EQitems.com before, it's really good. It just spits out a list of like 10 items for every slot in their order of like quality. Its formula for what it thinks is the best item is a little weird, but it helps a lot because you look at the worst good items, and those are kind of like in my range a lot of times. Unfortunately, we still have 10 more levels before we get our next heal. Yeah, EQ items is really good. Jeez, this thing added on him. Hey, good morning, Wrecker. What's up, dude? Not sure if you saw last night, Riker, but we got our deep water harpoon. Thanks. Still doesn't seem to be better DPS right now because of the damage cap. I'm only hitting for 28 with it, so you know it's effectively a 1440. And then I miss out on all the bash damage and whatever benefit I'm gaining from the shield they see. Yeah, 20 it'll really take off. All I know though is I am not going to be able to do unrest yard trash all the way to 20. There hasn't really been much queue the last couple days. Like during peak prime time there'll be a small queue, but that's it, Kappa. Right, yeah, like it was never really broken per se, it was just too much population. Correct. We call that being trained. I'm overcoming adversity. Dude, EXP on greens is so bad. I think I'm gonna get 0.2 EXP on this. Might be 0.1. Oof. What's the question, Kapakega? I see. I want to fight that ghoul, but I don't want to take all three of these mobs at once. And there's not really any way around it, even with the lull. We'll met up to almost full and try it. No, this is Kappa, this is a run where I'm soloing all the way to 50 without any kind of assistance as much as possible. Is 40 high enough for the hole? If it is, then that's definitely the place to go. That sucks. Critical fail lull on a blue death beetle. Now we got a zone. Yes, I'd say go to the hole. Oof, cool root would be bad. No, it's only monks, warriors, and rogues in classic. I mean, I could just not be lazy and use a bow. Right, right. Counts as that 1-point nuke. Alright, I think we're all done with Unrest for now. I'd like to hit high pass in paw, so I'll do that probably up in like the 30s, up through the 30s. At 35, I'm going to get a Ghoul Bane, hopefully. 35 or 36, because I get healing or greater healing at 36, so it could be worth doing that last level. So yeah, once I get the Ghoul Bane, I'm probably going to hit up El Guk and run that to 50, maybe? Yeah, dude, I don't know what Elgnub's Harm Touch is going to do. Part of me thinks that his Harm Touch is just going to be like the old style Harm Touch, so if he's level 24, it'll hit for like 240. 230 if he's 23, you know the deal. In which case, I think I can solo him at even or less. Just pop lay on hands and keep rolling, you know? By the time I'm 20, his Harm Touch will probably only take me down to like half health or less. Maybe not even half health, I mean. You know, in my experience, I often find him up, so I don't think so. But I've never like done a dedicated Elgnub camp. I'm sure it'll be 10 times as annoying when I want him to be up. No, no. If you go in there, you'll see like there's this. He's one of those weird spawns where like there's a pH, and the pH has like a zone. It's got the zone respawn timer of like 11 or 12 minutes. But if you just let it sit there, it respawns over and over every 3 minutes. Hey, good morning, Bull. Morning, Dresden. How's it going, fellas? We just left Unrest because it was becoming not fun. Yeah, we'll see if we have trouble, I guess. I choose to believe in the human spirit, and that someone will let me camp the Goblin solo as a paladin. It helps that it's no drop here, so they'd have to sell loot rights. And I'd be like, dude, I literally cannot buy the loot rights off of you if you kill this. Like, I will watch it rot. Nice. They enjoy it? Rip. That addictive quality of Everquest is timeless. Yeah, Unrest is nice. I was just in a weird spot where like I couldn't really do the yard trash much longer because of EXP. Hey, thanks for the follow, Modwolf. Appreciate it. And going inside was tough because, like, you know, it's all camped out by full groups. And now they're hooked. We're gonna go see if we can find Mammoth up. All right, I'm ready, Pigeon. Spawn right now. Let's do this. That's good. That's good to hear. It's always really great to be able to share your hobbies with someone. Do you know what bothers me the most about Surefall Glade? Look at this. You'll never be able to unsee this if you haven't noticed it already. You see that little motif they have? Why is it off-centered? Like they just... No one could move that 2 inches to the left to fix this? Now the zone is ruined for you forever. You're welcome. 21 years, boys. That's true. It's not all bad. Right? Don't tempt me, robot. I'll have to look into it. I always check these barrels to see if there's anything different in barrels when I run by them. Mornings, I'm only soloing. This is a solo-only permadeath character. Like, what do the symbols on the side of this barrel mean? G, upside down triangle, squiggly, and empty glass. These are the questions. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Like, back in the day, it didn't say that you were going to start in Surefall Glade. It said you were going to start in Kanos, and you just happened to pop into SFG if you were a Druid or a Ranger. I don't think he'll aggro me. Maybe he will, but I just don't want him to aggro me like while I'm outside. That's good. He doesn't. So Mammoth is one of those mobs, just like Lord Elgnub, where there's like a pather. It could even be this bear cub right here. It'll path all the way to the waterfall, just like that grizzly did, and it'll despawn. After like 3 minutes or so of being up, it'll despawn, and another one will spawn. And the PHs could be a cub, a poacher. Actually, it's not even a poacher; it's just poacher, or mammoth. What do we think? 4 levels? Is that enough to resist fear? Oh, 5 levels? I feel like we could kill this. I'm gonna take my negative MR shoulders off. Load up Cure Poison in case things get really dumb. See if we can interrupt. Yep, we interrupted Clinging Darkness. She landed Poison Bolt. I don't know that it's going to do much damage that we care about. Clinging Darkness landed. That'll wear off before we care. Looks like we got this. Tried to refresh. No, that's just a tick. Pretty soon she should run out of mana. And then her DPS will be terrible. Yeah, this is a Necromancer. She's hiding out here. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. At first I was like, yeah, it's not a big deal. But it became worth curing. Dude, she's way tougher than a level 12 mob has a right to be. The forest is safe again. Oh, look at this. Guards of Kanos faction could not possibly get any better. Opal Darkbriar? So we know the Blood Sabers are influenced by Opal. So normally she would drop her head, but that's for an out-of-area quest. So I guess they removed the loot, but not the mob. Dresden, what level is your is the ranger? Magic weapon for the ranger at 14. What level is the Sword of Morin? You'd need to kill a level 27 Ghoul Messenger for the Sword of Morin. Yeah, mage summon item would be fine, and there's like a million mages. You can buy a Combine sword from the Gypsies in North Karana, and that'll count as magic. You could also get a Crook Stinger from Lesser Fate Arc. That mob's only like level 8. I'm not sure, Riker. I would never sell one of the legendary few remaining artifacts from the Combine Empire. There's a lot of those open world rares are insanely rare. Like that weird named bear in North Karana, I never see him. He drops like a bear hide jerkin. Yeah, Crook Stinger. Like it stings you. I put the link for the mob there in chat, Dresden, if you need to check it out. come on, you don't want this. But yeah, the combine weapons are a sure bet. You know, like, if you go there, they're going to be on the vendor, no problem. Is that the Riptide Spear? Warpig, the first 50? On what server? He certainly wasn't the first 50 on Aerodune. You know, Riker, I'll have you know I've only killed one bear in this zone until now. As far as I'm concerned, they started this. Nice, did you gear the Ranger out? 48 to 50 should be pretty quick if you get a nice group in the hole. We got a thick grizzly bear skin, so we can make another potion bag. Mammoth is like tracking on. He has the gift of foresight. I'd give it to you, but I'd be breaking the rules. You gotta let me know. Next one, I'll just leave it on the corpse, and you can run to Surefall really quick. Well, nowadays you have that sick 30-minute timer on corpses, so you might be able to make it. Riker, have you ever seen Yimph the Infernal? I'm telling you, man, West Coast is the best coast, at least in EQ. Alright, so I think that is the pH for Mammoth. Pops right there. Now in like 3 to 5 minutes, should just despawn. I think the 30 minutes is on everything. Could be wrong, but like I noticed corpses staying around forever when I was in Unrest a couple minutes ago. This guy drops like a unique arrow, magical arrow, and now that he's flagged as a GM, you can't attack him anymore. The item no longer drops. Look how tall these trees are. Yeah, I tried camping Stoneflint. I mean, there's just so many other items he can drop, and he's kind of rare too. So it's super hard to get the magic one. Okay, so my research is showing that the mob is up for 3 minutes and respawn is 6 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes. The next time we see one pop, we'll target it and hit a timer. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get that BP for the Pally, Riker. I put 100 plat into blacksmithing this morning, and I only got like 10 or 12 skill ups. So I know the path to find plate is going to be a long, expensive one. It won't feel as bad because I'll get some EXP while I'm there. Oh, there we go. We watched the despawn. Yeah, I was looking at the Ornate chain combines, but man, I have to buy a silver bar for every attempt. Bronze is better AC, but it's a lot harder to get. Like, you can't just forge bronze, and it's super heavy. Whereas fine plate is going to be better AC, I think the same weight. But the earliest mobs I can kill that drop bronze are like elite guards and permafrost. They're like 24 to 28, or greater kobolds and Nagafint's lair, so super dangerous, super hard to get. Right, Najena only drops large bronze, unfortunately. Did they change it from what? Nice. You might be able to get some medium bronze from Unrest. But, I mean, I've been there and I didn't see any, so it's definitely not the mobs I was killing. Either way, it's probably like basement or upstairs mobs. They're probably a little bit too high for me. And in the end, fine plate is going to be higher AC than bronze. Bronze breastplate is 17 AC, fine plate is 19, so. And fine plate is actually lighter than bronze. Right, but of course I don't have anything else to spend my money on, so. Dude, I was thinking about buying the steel armor. The steel armor is the same AC as bronze. I think the breastplate is like 790 plat in South Kanos. This is what I need. I need her sitting right underneath a bear that's going to be 10 feet away from a bear I have to potentially kill. Super hype. We got it, boys. All right, lull is in. I wonder if I can like line of sight trade it. Should, oh, he's going that way. Okay, that's kind of good. Oh, it worked. Can you believe it? No invis, no sneak necessary. We've got all the luck today. You know, Riker, I considered doing it between the aggro ticks way back in the day, but the consequence is starting over, so I didn't want to try such a risky maneuver. Screenshot this. I'm pretty sure you can decode all these and see like the if you have the other bail list 1, and you can see like who Antonius's spies are in each organization. Also, check this out. It's still bugged. It gave me -50 faction with the Knights of Thunder, the Priests of Life, and the Guards of Kanos to finish this quest. It gave me 50 faction with the Blood Sabers. Right? I missed it. Did we have some spam bots in the chat? I see their links got deleted. All right, let's do the quick bans. Yeah, for real, what the hell? No, it's not. It's not worth it. Right, yeah, that's when it was worth it. But I was so invested, you know what I mean? I wanted to do the quest just to have done the quest. So now we're gonna go proc on some undead. I was saying earlier the only reason I can see why Ward Undead got nerfed is because they made it available to Cleric at a lower level, possibly, and they thought that the damage it did was too much for that level. Let's check it out. Let's see what level the Cleric gets. Ward Undead on live versus P99. Cleric gets it at 4. They get it at 5 on P99. So yeah, I don't know why, but normally this would proc for 41 damage. Or when I cast it, it would do 41 damage because I have the spell as well. Now it only does 12. Yeah, the rest are normal, or in some cases maybe even better. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with that. It's weird. I don't even like see them in the chat list. Oh, okay, it's the mana reduction. So it used to cost, what, 30 mana? So it's technically more mana efficient now. Go talk to Martin Sayer for the Lord Elgnub stuff. It'd be cool if this had like a custom... Hey, thanks for the follow, Minifraid. It'd be cool if this had like a custom visual. Bone Thunder Staff. Give it like the skull, like the POD staff. Or Staff of Writhing. Yeah, the vast majority of weapon models are like pretty plain. At least the ones like, you know, at least the basic weapon models do look good though. Like I don't know of any models that I think look really tacky or cheesy. Martin Sayer is so casual about his son being missing. Welcome, please stock up on provisions, especially if you're headed toward the lair of the vile gnolls. If so, I wish you much luck and many gnoll pelts. I also have knowledge of a powerful dog. I pray you do not encounter him. What powerful dog? I have encountered a gnoll who spoke the common tongue. He dared to call himself Lord Elgnub. He swore that someday we would cross paths and he would snatch my infant son Joseph from our home. He would stand no chance against me and the mighty Gnoll Slayer. I would trade the Gnoll Slayer only for him to be safe and sound at home. What? He doesn't know? You speak of my son, Joseph Sayer. He is but an infant and is safe here with Mira and me. At least, I believe he is. I think that's actually the wrong, he produces the wrong text now. So the text he just gave is the text he gives if you have Joseph Sayer in your inventory when you speak to him. I haven't seen the shield you're talking about. Is that from like Kunark era? Have you ever seen the model for King Akanon? It's a really cool unused model. Yeah, there's a model for King Akanon. He's like half normal gnome and half clockwork. Alright, so this is our mob for Lord Elgnub. And every couple minutes he'll despawn, and we'll have another roll at Lord Elgnub. If we kill him, it's actually slower. RIP. Thanks, group. It's so weird that this door doesn't open. This is just a Super Nintendo mix. Sorry, Riker, I've got links disabled for like everybody. You should have permission to post it now, Riker. Oh, that looks pretty cool. I'm a little triggered because I see it's attached to a Lucklin human model. So when you open your launcher, before you hit play, there will be a little icon on the left that's like a little gear. You click that gear, and then you go to game settings, and you can disable all the Lucklin models there. You could also just edit your INI file to change all Lucklin models to false. That'll do the same thing. I really don't think that we can kill Lord Elgnub at this level, but there's a chance. So like in Blackborough, when you are fighting a mob that's a little bit higher than you, like 3 levels plus higher than you, and it gets to 50%, it just runs. So if we can fight him and get him to 50%, he'll just bail. Nothing in the zone will assist him against me, so... Yeah, I agree. Looks like we survived the bot raid, boys. There was that dagger that you used to be able to get via a quest from Hans in Kanos. The Skullfang Stiletto. I think on P99 they had it drop off Mayong Mistmore for his like 1 kill. I'd love to see them do a TLP where they kind of like completed everything, all the unfinished or cut content that they didn't have in the previous ones. So like bring Megalodon back to Lake Wrath like he was in beta. Have Mayong spawn as normal. And if they really wanted to like put some serious dev time into it, they could add the dungeons that were originally planned but never implemented. Or at least never implemented for Classic. I've actually never seen an elite Null Guard spawn in this spot before. So there was originally supposed to be a dungeon for Meldrath. You know, they later in what, like Secrets of Fedor, they would do like a Meldrath dungeon. So that was originally envisioned as something for Classic launch in Steam font, like a Meldrath was supposed to be like a kind of an unrest or Black Burrow kind of zone. That would be crazy. That wouldn't surprise me. So many of the classic city zones are. That's a fearsome looking pet. You know, different city zones were made by different developers, like Hutch made Neriac, and you can kind of see that some either had just a drastically different vision for it, or some were more interested in putting a lot of effort into the city that they were assigned. Because like Agok and Grob, kind of simplistic, which to some extent matches the race. But then you look at zones like Kanos and Freeport and Neriac, where they're huge city zones. There's tons of quests and there's cool like plot lines going through all of it. I always thought it was really cool and flavorful that they had like the chopping block, like the butcher area in the Troll City in Grob, where they've got like the dwarf all strung up. When you play that as a kid, you're like, oh, okay. And then you go to like Felwith, and it's a Disney castle. Hey, good morning, Pied. Right. Like, yeah, if there was like a quality control thing where they were like, hey, why don't we add like, some more quests to Grob and Agok. And then like Calathyn conceptually is probably like the coolest city in the game, right? Super awesome. It was probably hard to design good dungeons back then because like before people played, you didn't know exactly what it was, what was that formula that was going to make a dungeon incredible. Like some dungeons are cool, but the mob spread is the band of mob levels is too wide, you know what I mean? So you go in there, and if you're any given level, your group can camp like one room, and the next room is too high for you. And then yeah, loot quality is a huge discrepancy. That said, even though Guk is like super overplayed, I think Guk is probably like the best dungeon ever made in an MMO. When you look at Guk and Lower Guk as one sole unit, having the live side of Lower Guk and the dead side is just so huge. Guk as a zone is inspired. I mean, Kedge is awesome and everything, but you know, the water level. Everyone's least favorite level in any video game is the water level, right? All right, group, don't kill this gnoll. Leave this gnoll up. He's great at you. You don't need to kill him. I like Kedge a lot. I like Kedge because it really retains that feeling of mystery and stuff, but the mob density is not where it needs to be a viable EXP zone, though the loot quality in Kedge is really awesome. I wish Finney had been a little bit more powerful and had a better loot table so that he was on par with Nagafin and Vox. We've got one more spawn attempt here, and then I'll have to take a break for the day. Might be back on later tonight. But yeah, I knew this was going to be a short stream this morning. We did a lot of streaming yesterday. We did like 5 hours in the morning, 5 hours at night. Yeah, we did get a lot done. Hey, Relaxio, thanks for the follow. We made another reinforced medicine bag. We got our Bone Thunder staff. We got 12 blacksmithing skill ups. Check it out, we're at 83. I am a very good blacksmith. Hey, see you later, Dresden. Thanks for stopping by. You too. I need about 40 more skill increases in blacksmithing in order to start attempting fine plate. I'm not sure, Nuker, but I know that we can't hit that 300 trivial during Classic anyway. Or that, not trivial, but that we can't. There's nothing in Classic that will allow me to go up to 300 skill. I think 255 being a cap for things was like a thing due to system limitations back in the day. Like 255 is one of those numbers. It's like 64, 128, 255, you know what I mean? There used to be a similar like limit on how much, how big a stat could be on a weapon. Alright, Elknub, we're ready. Let's do this. Time to spawn. Null Commander just walking around with two-handed scythes, one in each hand, no big deal. It's actually really hard to like look at current content gear. Like it messes with your eyes. So I just joined a general chat in front of Vi. We'll see if they link an item at some point. And there's no auction channel there. So yeah, we'll see if they link an item in gen chat, and then I can just like pull it up. Alright folks, I guess it is not our day. Well, we had some good stuff. We'll be back on later, we'll try again. But for now, I'm going to take off. I've got some stuff to do around the house. Appreciate everyone tuning in, as always. A lot of fun. Pretty soon we'll hit level 20 and we'll be flying. Later.